Hey there YouTube, this is Michael Caney of California Wilderness. Today I just wanted to bring us out back to this fishing spot we mentioned the other day, the nice overhanging branches. Today I just wanted to show how to make a really simple shelter that utilizes these natural occurrences that could really help us out. In my kit for shelter wise, I only have something really basic. This was what I would consider a backup shelter, but I just wanted to use this today for our video. In this pouch I have a simple roll of duct tape. Stuffed inside is a emergency blanket and 100 feet rolled up construction twine. Not paracord, but construction twine, just because how much smaller and lighter it is, but it'll still hold for the same simple purpose. Because here in Rio Grande, California, if it does storm, I wouldn't be using an emergency blanket. I'd be using something more of a tarp. In truth, I might not come out here when it's too stormy because we'll be taking care of the house and stuff. But nonetheless, let me just show you how to set up this really basic shelter. Hold on a sec, put my gear down. Okay, first things first is set aside your duct tape and cordage. Let's look at this emergency blanket real quick. Okay, one thing I like about these emergency blankets is they decent size, but they fold up really well. So it's really compact in your kit. But the thing you also notice is it's really thin, which means it doesn't have very good tensile strength and it breaks easy. So when you poke holes in it, or you cut holes in it to attach your cordage, it's going to probably be very weak. What you want to do is, let's undo all this real quick, and we'll be right back with you. Okay, we got our emergency blanket all furled out now. And the one thing I wanted to say, tip or trick, is on the corners, take your duct tape and get a small piece, 4 or 5 inches long. Hold on a sec. Tear it off. Take your emergency blanket and cover the corner with the duct tape as like layering. And what this will do is it'll reinforce the spot that you would attach cordage. Much like a tarp has the metal rings to reinforce its corners. All you need is a bit of duct tape to reinforce the corners right here. Then you can take your knife, poke a small hole in here, and you use it to string up your shelter. Be right back with you when we have all 4 corners done. Now we got all 4 corners of our emergency blanket done. What you want to do is got your knife. And today, since I'm still in the public, just carrying a small folding knife. You want to make a small hole in each of the corners. Put your cordage in. Hole doesn't have to be very big, just big enough for your cordage, because over time it will expand and you'll need to repair it bit by bit if you want to try and make it last. Okay. Once again, we'll be right back with you. We get all 4 corners punched and ready. Okay, we got all 4 corners prepped. Now it's time to lay this over our area. Okay. Okay, one thing I wanted to show you real quick. This is something you want to be careful for. There's areas like these with these sharp edges. You want to be careful when you're dealing with something like an emergency blanket, something that can rip really easily. You know, watch out for those kind of things. Alright, we got our extremely simple shelter set up. Nothing great, nothing fancy. This is just something to keep us dry. Something to keep us out of the elements real easily. Now I could stuff plenty of debris and close this back end off. One thing I do differently I put another piece of duct tape right here. Extend a piece of cord to the branch right in front of it. Just make sure it stays stretched out and the wind doesn't catch it. It still keep me dry. It still keep me pretty much comfortable. Other than that, I would clear off the floor right here of all this debris. Here, let me get the camera to show you guys. Clear off this debris for the most part. Lay out my bedroll, and I'd be good for the night. Another thing I want to mention in this video is this shelter is nowhere near perfect. It's nowhere near all that great. This is emergency shelter, is last resort shelter. This is kind of, if it started raining and I need something quick, I'd throw this up here. I used no cordage in building this shelter. I used natural limb break off points, the little stubs left on these trees worked really well. In the back I used a natural stake kind of way of keeping down in the back corner. Real quick, real easy, keep us dry. We're good, we're covered. That's pretty much it. Be right back with you after I take this down, fold it up, put it back in my pack.